pay our members their December 2024 salaries. If this is not done, be sure it's facing imminent shutdown. Regardless of the cadre. When the scheme was wound up, we expected within the shortest time the employer to set up another scheme as is required by law, established under the RBA Act. 5 months down the line, this has not been done and is a contravention of the law. The employer is required to establish a staff retirement and benefit scheme because members will retire and so they have to save for their future. So we are calling upon the employer to do that as fast as it is possible. Members of staff in TUK have not been promoted for the longest time. The employer says there is no funding. This is a very interesting position because it's only TUK where there is no funding. So no promotions, and this is a requirement of employment because people must progress from one grade to another. Especially so for members of academic staff who have cleared certain minimum requirements for promotion. Either you have attained your master's or you have attained your PhD, that ordinarily should move you from a contractual terms of service to a permanent pensionable terms of service. If that is not done, it's a very huge injustice. And we do not want members who have completed studies and are due for promotion to stagnate on the basis that the university does not have funds. We are therefore demanding that the government, through the Ministry of Education and the University Council, pay our members their December 2024 salaries immediately and also address other issues related to financial obligations of the employer. If this is not done, be sure TUK is facing imminent shutdown because as employees, we have taken so much and we are not willing. We do not have the energy to take in anything beyond what we have accommodated. Further to this, we shall hold a major picket with the objective of delivering petitions to the National Assembly, to the Ministry of Finance and Treasury, and the Ministry of Education on a Tuesday, 14th of January 2025. We have already informed the security apparatus. We hope they will provide for us security as we present our petitions to the relevant offices that I've mentioned. So you are also invited on Tuesday to cover this particular peaceful procession because it must be known to all and sundry that Technical University of Kenya is on its deathbed, and the employees are not willing to be the ticks that when the institution dies, we still hang on it as if we do not have a voice to voice our concern. So that is the position of members of staff from the 3 unions, and on Tuesday we shall activate our right to picket as provided for under Article 237 of the Kenya Constitution until our issues are resolved. But the most immediate one, we have said, our salaries for December 2024 must be paid immediately. Thank you very much. Every employee in a specific cadre has not been promoted. So we are talking of close to 500 members of staff not promoted, and yet they are due for promotion. But I said specifically, those who have attained masters and PhD, and you are a tutorial fellow, you attain your PhD, you're supposed to be promoted to lecturer position. Instead, you are rewarded with a 1-year contract, ostensibly because there is no funding. And when you are given a 1-year contract, it also means you are not eligible for gratuity. That's a huge injustice. And we are talking about 130 members of staff in this particular category who have not been promoted, having attained their masters and their PhD. So the number is huge. But we are giving the details in the petition that we shall be giving on Tuesday. And because we have invited you, you'll also be privileged to get a copy of the petition.
TUK is a premier institute of technology. We admit the best students from KCSE cohorts. We have done our bit as lecturers and other members of staff. And we have been let down by the employer and the government in totality. Our patience has run out. It is game over. It is done. From next week, tomorrow, our salaries must be in our accounts. For the month of December, there is no other civil servant who has not been paid. Why us? Why us? Why us? We will not take it lying down. We did our bit. Let them do their bargain. The government, the ministry, the council, the employer, it is their duty and responsibility to meet their end of bargain. We have done our bit. We are sorry because beginning next week, if students don't take exams, let nobody blame us. If TUK is closed indefinitely, let nobody blame us. We have a proud history. I know as I'm speaking to you now, my students, I'm from engineering, are part of their team at the media houses, telecommunication infrastructure in this country. We know who we are. If the government wants to throw down the drain this institution, let it be so. But we must be paid our salary for December. And all other issues that we have stated must be addressed. Thank you so much.